My name is Alan Baylock, and this is the University of North Texas 1 o'clock lab band.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to our information session today from the University of North Texas. My name is Stephanie, and I will be kind of your host today as we go through all the information on our degree programs that we have in partnership with Coursera. Briefly, before we kind of start here, just so you know, this is an information session, again, on our degree programs that we offer at UNT. Attendees will not be earning a certificate for attending this information session. We get that question a lot, so I just want to put that out there right now that you will not earn a certificate for this session. And so just before we kind of begin as well, I want to introduce a couple of people who are on this panel with me today. Again, as I said, I'm Stephanie. I work in the Division of Digital Strategy and Innovation at UNT. So I, along with Kevin and Indra, on this call, they'll just put a little wave in there. They both are in my division as well, and we kind of work behind the scenes with these two degree programs. We also have John Egelhart on the call. He is a current student in one of these degree programs, and he will a bit later on share some of his experience. So you can kind of get a firsthand look into what these degree programs are like. And then we're also joined by Sarah from Coursera. She's one of our enrollment coaches, so she'll have some time to speak kind of about the beginning process if you're interested in these degree programs. And then Ray will also hop on soon. So we definitely have a big group here, but we want to give you as much information as we can so you can make an informed decision about attending UNT. So during this information session, we are going to touch on several different topics. The admissions process, the program cost, student services, all surrounding the two degree programs that we're offering fully online in partnership with Coursera. Those two degree programs are the Bachelor of Applied Arts and Sciences, or the BAAS, and then the Bachelor of Science in General Business, or we also like to call the BSGB. So throughout this session, if you have questions that come up, we are doing a live question and answer at the end. So if you can put your questions in the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen, we will get to your questions. We want to answer all of them again at the end of this session. So please put your questions there as they come up. Okay, so we are going to take a little poll right here. This just gives us an idea of where you are in the admissions process for these degrees. So this might be the first time you're just gathering info. Maybe you've spoken to an enrollment coach like Sarah or Ray. Maybe you've even applied to UNT or you've been admitted. So please just take a second, fill this out so we can kind of get a gauge on where you're at so we can tailor what we talk about specifically towards your experience. We'll just wait one more minute here and we'll see the results. Okay, awesome. So the results are in. It looks like a significant majority of you are gathering information, which is awesome. That is totally what this information session is for. And then a couple have applied, which is awesome. And then we actually had one who's been admitted, which is super exciting. So thank you all for giving us some insight into that. Okay, so first off, what makes these two degree programs unique? So as I mentioned, we have two different degree program offerings. Um, Both of these program offerings are 100% online, as I mentioned. There will never be a time that you have to come on campus. I know we have a lot of students who are out of state, out of Texas, and then we have a lot of international students on this call. So again, 100% online. You will never have to come in person until graduation if you choose to attend graduation in person, but we also have a virtual graduation option as well. So that is totally up to you at that point. We also offer completely structured flexibility with these degrees. So what does that mean? Basically, our classes are offered asynchronously. So you will never have to be on your computer a certain day at a certain time doing your class. Instead, you will be following the syllabi for each of the courses that you take, and those will have due dates and deadlines for your tests, assignments, and quizzes. So basically, you'll follow along with that. And in that way, you can choose to work around your schedule. That's what these two degree programs are for students who are busy, are working, maybe part-time or full-time, who have a lot going on, have families, have just a lot of other priorities besides just school. And we recognize that. And so within these two degree programs, you have that flexibility to work around your own schedule within the structure of due dates and deadlines. Um, Also, both of these degree programs are very low cost. They are actually our lowest cost programs we offer at UNT. They are $330 a credit hour, and majority of classes within these degree programs are 3 credit hours. So you are looking at about $990 per class, and that does not include, books and any other additional fees. The course offerings for both of these degree programs are offered in an 8-week format. So basically there's 5 sessions per year. We have fall. So that would be your 8-week one is from August to about mid-October. 8-week two will run from October to December. And then in the spring, 8-week one is January to March, mid-March. And then 8-week two is mid-March to May. Our summer offerings, actually, we just now have some 5-week offerings in the summer to help you kind of, continue your studies. And we also offer 8 weeks in the summer. So we have some 8 weeks and we have some 5-week courses that you can take during the summer session. But for majority, again, for the longer semesters, the fall or the spring, they are 8-week course offerings. And then for both of these degree programs, your diploma that you earn will be issued from the University of North Texas. We are a Tier 1 research university. And if you're really interested in that, it's the Carnegie classification. You can look that up, but not many universities are in that top tier of research. So definitely a big thing we like to share to students, but you'll get your diploma from the University of North Texas. It will not say online. It will not say Coursera. It will say University of North Texas and then your degree on there. So just keep that in mind as well. Okay, another poll. Um, just an estimate about how many credit hours do you currently have? That is from, another university that you might be bringing in, or if you attended UNT in the past, just let us know here. All right, a couple more seconds here. Let's see. Okay, so we have a pretty significant range here. Looks like a majority of people are between 1 and 45 credit hours. Then we have a bunch between 46 and 90, a couple with more than 90, and several with 0. So this is totally fine, totally awesome. Within these 2 degree programs, we definitely have options for you wherever you fall within the credit range. So we will talk about that now. Okay, so kind of to discuss some of the differences between these 2 degree programs, so you can determine which one would be a best fit for you. So the Bachelor of Applied Arts and Sciences, or the BAS, typically students come into that degree program with a lot of transfer credit hours. That degree accepts the most transfer credit out of all the degrees UNT offers. This degree accepts up to 90 credit hours transferred in, and then you have to take the remaining 30 in order to get a UNT degree. So this degree accepts credit that is considered technical credit. There are some community colleges, a bunch of community colleges that offer technical credit. And these are degree plans like EMS, cosmetology, networking, paralegal, things like that, that are considered more technical credit than academic credit. So a lot of traditional degree programs do not accept technical credit, but this one does. Also, this degree program accepts U.S. military credit. So if you do have your joint service transcript, your JST, we can take a look at that and determine how much credit can be accepted from there to put towards your degree plan. And then also your DD 214, if you have one of those, that can be accepted as 3 hours of phys ed credit as well. So that can go towards your degree plan. And then for the international students on the call, depending how much international credit, basically with international credit, we have to determine at UNT if your school is accredited. And then if it is, there's a conversion ratio that basically converts your credit from international credit to US credit. Again, if your school is accredited, and then that credit can be awarded towards your BAAS degree. So that's how that works there as well. As I mentioned, super highly flexible in transfer credit. It's a minimum, if you have a minimum of 30 credit hours up to 90 credit hours, this one might be a good fit for you. It is a very multidisciplinary degree, and that basically means that because you're bringing in a lot of transfer credit, it's essentially filling in a lot of this degree program based off of what you already have. Because we don't want you to waste that time, that money that you spent on all of those classes you've taken before. So basically, we'll try to maximize that credit, fill in this degree program as much as possible, and then within the range of UNT requirements. So we do require for this degree 36 advanced hours. Those are your upper level, 3,000, 4,000 level courses, junior, senior level. So you do have to take that amount of advanced courses and then the 30 hours at least taken through UNT to get your degree. So to kind of fill that part in, there are several concentration options that are offered through this degree program. We have concentrations in data analytics, media innovation, focuses like administration, organizational supervision. We have an upcoming new concentration, lean process distribution, which is a logistics supply chain area that can help prepare you for Six Sigma, and several other different concentrations that you have the opportunity to take from UNT. So very multidisciplinary. And then this is also an option. You can be full-time, you can be part-time, depending. Typically for many students, it depends on financial aid, if they're receiving aid. And if they're required to be full-time for financial aid, then that's what students take. But if not, you can decide, I just want to take one class each 8 weeks to start, and then maybe ramp it up from there, totally up to you. And then also, just to mention, full-time would be taking 2 classes each 8-week session to give you 12 total hours over the full 16 weeks. So just keep that in mind. And then part-time is taking 1 class each 8-week session for a total of 6 hours. Also, graduates from the BAAS degree program are eligible to pursue master's degrees because you are earning a legitimate 4-year degree. And so you can go on and pursue any master's degree that you would like. We have had a lot of students go on to UNT master's degree programs, whether they are fully online or not. We do offer a lot of fully online options for master's degrees. And we have seen a significant amount go into MBAs. We have had several in our data analytics program. Some have gone into integrative studies. It just totally depends on what you want to do. So keep that in mind as well. And then the Bachelor of Science in General Business, like the BAAS, they offer full and part-time options. Yes, you can go on to graduate school. Again, a lot go on to MBAs. What is a little bit different about this degree program is that we do allow 60 or fewer credit hours for this one. So if you're within that range of transfer credits, you might want to consider this degree program. Also to mention that your credits, anyone's credits who want to be considered for this degree program, will be reviewed on a case-by-case basis by advisors to determine how many they can accept, because this degree program is a true business degree. So it is a little more rigid in the classes that you are required to take. There are business foundation courses you have to take, pre-business courses like your, accountings 1 and 2, micro and macro econ, different things like that. So this is a little bit more rigid, rather than the BAAS, which is a bit more flexible. So then also with this, again, it covers the full scope of business discipline. So you will be taking classes in management, marketing, finance, business law, operations, a bunch of different business related areas. So you are getting a true general business degree from UNT. And our business school is AACSB accredited. You always want to make sure when you're looking at schools for business that they are accredited schools, because that will be your highest level of business degree. And actually at this time, yes, okay. So applying to UNT. So after I kind of mentioned all of this information about these degree programs, hopefully you have a better idea which one you would prefer to take. If you would like some more information and talk about your individual situation, we do have our super awesome Coursera enrollment coaches who you can set up time to talk with them and schedule an appointment. That's prior to applying. And so in the chat right now, there are 2 links, one for the BAAS and one for the BSGB. So if you would like to talk further with an enrollment coach, sign up there. And at this time, I'm going to let our enrollment coaches talk to you a bit, introduce themselves, and I'll have Sarah go first.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Trail. I am an enrollment coach for the University of North Texas. I absolutely love it. And I work to support you as you are navigating your process from the point of, gathering information all the way up until you begin your courses. We'll partner up together to make your process as smooth as possible. So I look forward to partnering up with you and helping you as you navigate your process at UNT. And now I'll pass it off to Ray.
Wow, as always, a tough act to follow, Sarah. And thank you, Stephanie, for that awesome presentation. And my name is Ray, an enrollment coach as well. Always here to answer any questions you may have regarding the program, next steps, the full spectrum. Always happy to assist in any way that I can. My objective is always to see you through to graduation. So looking forward to the journey. So nice to meet you all virtually.
Awesome. Thank you guys. So again, if you want more information on these degree programs or just want to talk about how your individual situation fits into them, definitely talk with Sarah and Ray. They're super great resources. And they are with Coursera. They are awesome partners. So definitely do that. If you are ready to apply, you can definitely go ahead and do that at this point in time. Just to mention as well, when you apply, be sure to list all of the schools you previously attended because we will be asking for transcripts from those schools. And then always you will have to submit official transcripts. For the international students, they would be your mark sheets or diplomas, etc., from the school that you attended. We also do require English proficiency from international students. Keep in mind that the application fee is $75 for US domestic students and then $85 for international. We like to say that even before you apply, you can get an unofficial degree plan from advising to give you an idea of what this looks like for you before you even apply and spend that money. So definitely keep that in mind as well. That's an option for you. If you are a returning UNT Denton student, you would be considered a readmit and you do not have to pay the application fee again in that situation. So at this point in time, we are open for summer and fall starts. If you are looking at the summer, you will need to submit your application by April 15th and all official transcripts by May 1st. Summer classes will start on May 20th for the first 5-week session in the summer. And then fall, if you are looking at a fall start, classes start on August 19th. You will have to submit your application and transcripts and be fully admitted to UNT by June 1st to be eligible for our Transfer Excellence Scholarship. So it's always important, how can I pay for school, and scholarships are a great way to cut down on that cost. So if you want to take advantage of the Transfer Excellence Scholarship, definitely have everything submitted for fall by June 1st. If you miss that, we will have the application open through July as well for the fall. So keep that in mind too. So what you can expect after you apply and pay your application fee, you will receive an email that says basically next steps in your application process. You'll be required at that point to activate your UNT account. And then you will be able to log into your My UNT and basically see your to-do list, which tells you, okay, do I still need to submit some transcripts? What am I missing before I can actually attend orientation and start classes? So always very important to check your email, the email that you used in your application. That will be the email that all of this information will go to. So definitely check that. And then, as I mentioned before, we mentioned the Transfer Excellence Scholarship. As everyone knows, funding your degree is super important, and trying to look for ways to do it, whether it's scholarships or anything else, is always good to know. So first off, for US domestic students, you definitely want to check your eligibility through the FAFSA. So definitely fill that out because that can give you a lot of different options for paying for school. Also, if we have a FAFSA on hand for you, our student accounting office is able to look up other opportunities and scholarships for you that may apply. So it's always really handy to have your FAFSA filed. Then, after you're admitted to UNT, you will have the opportunity to create your profile in our Eagle Scholarship portal. In this portal, once your profile is filled out, it will connect you with scholarship opportunities that are available to you based on what you put in your profile. So definitely do that. There are a lot of scholarships offered each semester, whether they are internal scholarships to UNT, the UNT General Scholarship, or even some external scholarships. And then other ways to pay for your education. A lot of people actually don't take advantage of this, but definitely should, are your employer tuition benefits. We actually partner with several different employers where they have their employees take UNT degrees under the tuition benefit. So definitely check with your employer because a lot do have tuition benefits. And typically, the amount is $5,250 a year, $5,250 a year. But some employers might offer even more than that towards your education. So definitely check that. Private scholarships. So if you're in an organization outside of school that might have scholarship offerings, like your church or maybe a nonprofit you work with, things like that, check out those different opportunities as well. And then, of course, everyone knows private loans are an option, and we do offer a variety of UNT payment plans that can help you pay for your courses as well. And yeah, so that's it on this page. Okay, so we are going to take a second here to watch a video regarding our student services offered to you as an online student.
At UNT, we make sure you are cared for from your first login to your first step across the stage at graduation and beyond. We know that with busy lives and hectic schedules, the last thing students need is to spend time trying to figure out where to go for support. That's why we created premium student wraparound services. Our concierge service starts with the learner platform support team who receives your inquiry and answers it or ensures it is immediately routed to the experts you need without the runaround. To start on the right track, get connected to a success coach. Our success coaches will help you set goals and identify the steps you need to take for success. Your success coach will check in periodically and help you make adjustments as your goals develop. How do I find balance while seeking my degree? What are some good stress relief practices? How do I prep for finals? These questions and more can be answered by a mentor. Mentors at UNT are often upper-class students in your major who have walked the very path you are on. They can bring insight through their experiences unique to UNT online degree programs and share tips while getting to know you. Your academic advisor will work with you before you even apply to the program. Your advisor will help you get the most out of your previously earned credits as you create your own pathway to graduation. Looking for help in one of your classes? Our tutors are here for you. The Learning Center at UNT offers a wide variety of tutoring options, including one-on-one tutoring, drop-in tutoring on Zoom, Ask a Tutor, and TutorTube that will help you learn the concepts you need to succeed in each and all of your classes. Whether you are career climbing, switching, or exploring, career counseling at the UNT Career Center can guide you through your next steps. Your career coach can help you with resume writing, interview skills, skills assessments, connecting you with your next career, and much more. At UNT, we are a caring, creative community that stretches across the globe. With over 40,000 students and over 400,000 alumni, your success matters to us, no matter where you are. See you soon!
Okay, awesome. So regarding student services, just the poll popped up. Okay, take the poll first, and then I'll talk about that. So, kind of with all of this information, what is your next step? Do you want to talk with an enrollment coach? Are you going to fill out your application, fill out your FAFSA? We're kind of still thinking what is right for you. So just take a second and fill that out. Okay, so poll results. Looks like it's pretty split between those who want to talk to a Coursera enrollment coach, which is super awesome. Again, fill out those links that are in the chat right now. If you're interested in BAAS, you want to schedule with that specific link. And then the BSGB, same thing there. And then a bunch are still thinking about what's right for you, and that is totally awesome. So as we saw that video of student services, just know that as a fully online student at UNT, we want to make sure you know that you are supported in what you're doing. Obviously, we offer a variety of services here to help you be successful. But you definitely have a full team here, whether it's, your Coursera enrollment coaches who you stay in touch with throughout your time at UNT, or it's me, Indra, Kevin. We always want you to know that you can reach out to us if you're struggling, if you just have general questions, and your academic advisors are there for you throughout the whole way as well. So know that you are never alone in this. Know that your classmates are there to help you as well. And with that being said, at this time, I am gonna let John hop in here and talk about his experience in the BAAS degree program. He is also one of our student ambassadors, which is super awesome. We talk with our ambassadors monthly, just about how we can improve the programs and what's going well, what's not going well. So yeah, John, hop in and feel free to kind of share your firsthand experience as a student.
Thank you, Stephanie. Hello, everybody. So I found out about this program through my job. I work for Cinemark movie theaters, and they had it posted in our office, and I'd always wanted to go back to school, and I just really couldn't find the time or afford it, honestly. And I found out Cinemark pays for up to 15 college credits per calendar year for me. So that was like the number one thing. And then the second, it was online. And I went to one of these just like you all are doing and found out that it was probably the right program for me. I was out of school for about 20 years. So I went back and I had about 45 or 50 credits. And 45, I think I had 50 credits, and 45 of those credits all transferred in. So that was great. I'm currently a junior. After this 8-week semester that I'm currently in now, I'll be a senior. So that's very exciting because I can see graduation soon. It's a really good program, especially if you're working. It helps me because I work evenings into nights, and I can spend during the daytime do my classes and then and go to work at night. And it's very simple. All the people that I've worked with, like Stephanie, she's been very helpful. getting things together for me. The advisors that I've encountered through the last couple of years have been very helpful. Like she said, I'm a student ambassador, so we do meet every month and talk about the things that, like she said, is working well and not working so well, and that's fun. It gives it a little bit more of a like an in-school experience because you get to do things and you're not just solely just focused on school. I mean, if you want to be, that's good, but I mean, I'm even running for senator for the college that I'm in now, so that's pretty exciting as well. But no, I love it. It's fun. Everyone's helpful. The classes, the 8 weeks goes by pretty quick. Sounds like a long time, but once you get started in it, before you know it, it's time for new classes. So, in some of the classes, you work with groups, and that's pretty cool because you get to meet people, talk to them, work together. I haven't had a bad experience in my groups in any of my classes. We all work together and get things done. I mean, we're all trying to graduate and get our degree, so that's what we're here for, and everyone works together. So I love it, and I have enjoyed my time here at UNT Online.
Awesome. Thank you, John, for sharing that. We did not pay him. That is solely, what his experience with everything. And love that you have your UNT Mean Green t-shirt on today. And yeah, we are super proud of you and are excited as you're nearing graduation. So thank you again for sharing your experience and kind of what John touched on. I mean, we have people from a variety of different backgrounds, a variety of ages in these degree programs. A thing to note is that credit that you've taken maybe 20 years ago, like John had said, it does not expire. And so definitely using that credit towards one of these degree programs to help you get done faster than if you were to just start completely over. These degrees can definitely help you in that way. Also, we have people in their 20s all the way up to their 70s in these degree programs. It is never too late to go back to school, maybe finish a goal that you've always set of finishing your bachelor's degree. Or if you need it to have upward mobility in your job. We have people doing these degree programs for a variety of different reasons. But yeah, again, our median age of these programs are in the early to mid 40s, but we have people, again, a variety of different backgrounds. And as you can see on this information session today, we have people in many, many different US states. We have people internationally. So as John mentioned, as you have group projects and things like that, it is very related to the workforce, where sometimes you do have someone in your group who's international and is on a different time zone than you. Or in a different state in a different time zone. So it is definitely a unique experience, and you get a lot of different perspectives from people, again, from a lot of different backgrounds. So know that you can definitely do it. You have a lot of support around you. You have classmates like John, and then we also use an online program called Inscribe, and basically it is a place for all the students. No faculty are in it, but for students to communicate with each other. If you're struggling in a class or you have a question about an assignment, something like that, students are always in there 24/7 posting about different things. So know that you also have that as a resource for you as well. Okay, so just a little fun thing here before we get into our question and answer session. But throughout this information session, we have had several UNT fast facts that have popped up. We'll see if you were paying attention to those. You can answer these in the chat. So the first question is, the music at the beginning of this presentation was what band? And if you know the answer, please put it in the chat. Awesome. Yes, Nicole, you got that right, as the UNT 1 o'clock lab band. So UNT is well known for our music school, and we do have the 1 o'clock lab band who has a ton of different hits on their YouTube channel, so you can check them out for sure. Next question, who is the UNT official mascot? Okay, so I see a couple different answers here. So our official mascot is Scrappy the Eagle. Awesome. And then we do have the question later on, who is the unofficial mascot? Several of you listed that one. Our unofficial mascot is Lucky the albino squirrel, which is actually real. There are real albino squirrels. They are on campus. And if you see one, it deems that you have luck for that semester. I have never seen one. Indra has seen one. So she's lucky, I suppose. But yeah, so our UNT official mascot is Scrappy the Eagle, and then unofficial is Lucky the albino squirrel. Okay, what tier research university is UNT? Awesome. You guys are great. Tier 1, yes, the highest tier through the Carnegie classification. And then last question here, the UNT flag is a green version of what flag? Awesome. Yes, you guys got it. A green version of the Texas state flag. Great. You guys are awesome. Thank you for participating in that. And then now we are going to hop into our live Q&A. So let's see here what questions we've got. I saw a couple come in. Regarding professional tested certifications like PMP, ITIL, and Six Sigma, can we get work-life credit for those? So basically, we would have to check with our registrar's office if they accept that credit. You can definitely submit those certificates, and we will check and see if we can use them towards your degree program. It never hurts to check. It's not guaranteed that we can accept that, but we will have to kind of do a separate evaluation on those type of certificates for credit. So we will definitely take a look at that if you want to send those along to us, and we can take a look. I saw a lot of different questions go through the chat as well. Let me pull those up here. And what do we got? There were a lot of hellos. We had the question, need to have a course in person for VA purposes. Will I be able to take courses relevant to the BAAS at a sister school or in person? So if you do need to take an in-person class for your benefits, these degree programs, the fully online ones, wouldn't be a super great fit for you, but we do offer the BAAS program as a hybrid version, which can be taken some classes on campus, some online. That is a different cost than the fully online program. But also in terms of taking classes fully online, if you're needing that, and then maybe taking one class at a school near you, we would definitely want to talk with our VA office on that and talk about your individual situation and see what satisfies your benefit so you can get your benefit. So definitely contact our veteran office at UNT and they can help you out in that respect. We had the question, as a transfer student with some credit from a community college, am I required to take a test of some sort to be admitted? I do not have any current test scores. So actually, no, transfer students do not need to submit any standardized test scores for admission. To enroll in classes, you will need to meet the Texas TSI requirements. TSI basically is checking that you are college level in reading and writing and in math. Those requirements can be completed through transfer coursework. So if you've taken college level English and math already, that will be satisfied. If you don't have that, you may be placed, you may be able to take a test or be placed into a TSI course in your coursework at UNT. So keep that in mind. If we're local to UNT, would we have the option to attend some classes? Again, these are fully online degree programs. If you did want to take some in-person classes, you would do a hybrid version of these degrees, which we do offer. But again, keep in mind that the cost is different for these for hybrid program and for the fully online. Will I need to submit the application fee to receive an unofficial preview of what I could expect for either of these degree programs? No, you can talk with Sarah or Ray first, our Coursera enrollment coaches, and you can ask them for an unofficial preview. That is prior to applying. So definitely utilize that service if you want that before you apply and before you spend that application fee money. And again, to set up an appointment with Sarah or Ray, those links are in the chat. Are there any opportunities to use work experience towards credit hours? Typically, we don't just straight accept work experience, like the amount of years worked or things like that. If you do have certifications, like someone previously mentioned, through your work, then we can take a look at those and see if you can get credit for those. But typically just for, you know, I've been in this job for this many years, we don't award credit just for that. It has to be like a legitimate certificate that you've taken, and then we can see if we can award credit. Okay. Another question, is there an online portal to verify credits are transferable? There isn't an online portal, but your two options with that is you can ask for an unofficial degree plan before you apply. And that's basically our advisors are looking at your transcripts, your unofficial transcripts, and placing what credit would be accepted to UNT within those unofficial degree plans so you can see that. So they're basically doing the job of an online portal that would verify your credits transferable. And then the other way basically is you just have to apply and then see what credits are accepted at UNT. So those are your two options there. Someone had asked, I submitted education and work history for credit eval a month ago. It was a lot of information and they were hoping to receive a reply soon before the summer session, but hasn't heard anything yet. Let's definitely have Sarah or Ray, if you could reach out to this prospective student, that would be great to kind of see where we are in that process. That would be awesome. So they will reach out to you. Another question, if you want to add a concentration in data analytics, are those classes taken during the same time as getting the degree? And are any of those data analytics classes available in person? So data analytics is a concentration within the BAAS degree. So as you're doing your degree, you are taking those classes. It's part of your degree. So definitely those are taken at the same time. Data analytics classes are available in person, but again, you would have to be doing a hybrid or fully in-person degree to take in-person classes because the difference is the cost is different. So you would have to be doing a hybrid or in-person degree plan to take those in person. When you're fully online, you're fully online. So there's not really an option to take in-person classes. Okay, awesome. Looking at other questions. How does the difficulty of the classes compare to on-campus classes? John, if you're still on, do you want to answer this question? Let's see if he's still on. There we go. Awesome.
Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, the question is, how does the difficulty of the classes compare to on-campus classes? I know you took on-campus like way long ago, but if you can kind of share your experience and difficulty level.
I wouldn't say online classes is harder or easier, honestly. I think it's about the same. You have to put the same amount of time to study, to learn the knowledge, taking tests, quizzes, as you would in an in-person setting as well.
Awesome, thank you. Yeah, that's definitely right. It just depends. We do like to say that per each 3 credit hour class that you're taking, you should allot at least 15 hours a week per each class for studying. So keep that in mind. But I mean, you're getting a fully true UNT degree. That's a bachelor's degree. So they're definitely going to be high quality classes from really good faculty. Another question, are all of the class materials included or would we need to buy textbooks, etc.? So textbooks and other materials are not included in that $330 a credit hour or $990 a class. So you will need to purchase those separately. But I will say that as a fully online program, a lot of our professors are very keen on using open content resources so that you will not have to spend a ton of money on books and materials. Yeah, John, you can hop in here too.
So there are some classes that you won't have to buy a book for. The professor has everything in the class that you'll need as far as lectures and information. So far there's been several classes that I didn't have to buy a book for, but there has also been a lot of classes I bought a book for. It's there's not more one or less the other. It's just depending on the professor and the class.
Awesome, thank you. Another question. What is the normal class load per term? I see 2 would be full-time, but what is most typical for students? So we have looked at this with all of our students before, and majority of students are going full-time. So taking 2 classes each 8 weeks, but also the second kind of tier under that is a lot of students also going part-time, so 1 class each 6 weeks. Again, it really just depends on situation. You can always start taking 1 class in your first 8 weeks and then determine from there, okay, I can add a second class for 8-week 2 and do 2 classes in 8-week 2 and then maybe 2 from there on out. It's totally up to you, however fast you go, however slow you go. If you know, my work schedule is always crazy from October to December, then maybe you take 1 class during that 8 weeks and 2 from August to October. Totally up to you. You do have the opportunity to take a maximum of 3 classes each 8 weeks. We typically don't recommend it, especially if you're working full-time and have a lot of other things going on, because that is a lot. But I guess most typical for students is full-time or 2 classes each 8 weeks. Again, a lot of people are using financial aid or other scholarships that require them to be full-time. So definitely take a look at those to see what status you have to maintain for those benefits. Okay, checking the chat one more time. The Q&A looks like no more questions there. John just mentioned his how he started in terms of class load, so take a look there for his response. We have a question. Could you post the dates for all of the 8-week sessions throughout the year? So you can actually see that on our academic calendar. We can put that here in the chat for you. The registrar will post those dates every year so you can see when the 8-week sessions go through. And then also that has all important dates of when you have to pay for classes, when the drop deadlines are, everything like that. So if we could post that, there we go. Thank you, Indra. The academic calendar is there for you to look at. And then I'm going to answer 2 more questions and then we're going to wrap it up here. Are there any options to pause or skip due to a vacation, a surgery, or family obligation? So yes, definitely. So technically, you basically you're an active student until you are not attending for more than a year. So if you're not enrolled for more than a year, then you go inactive in the system. But you are an active student. So say, you take your classes in the spring, summer, that I have this vacation plan. I'm not going to do summer classes. That's totally fine. You remain active for the fall semester. That is fine. If you go basically not taking classes in the spring to a full year of not taking classes to the following spring, that's the point that you're inactive. So yes, you can definitely even wait out 8-week semesters. If you decide I just want to take 8-week 1 this semester and then I have surgery scheduled for 8-week 2, so I'm not going to take any 8-week 2 classes. Yes, you 100% have the opportunity to do that. Very, very flexible. It looks like, okay, last question here. Can online students come on site to use the Student Activity Center? So you do have access as an online student to services on campus. Now, there are a couple fees like the Student Activity Center where you're not charged it because you're a fully online student. So you wouldn't be able to use the recreation center. That would be a separate fee charge, but you can use the library, you can go in the union, you can use tutoring services, things like that. as a fully online student if you are close enough to come on campus. All right, well, we are at 1 o'clock Texas time. Thank you all so much for attending the session today. If you have more questions, sign up for some time with Sarah and Ray. We hope to see all of you at UNT soon and join the Mean Green family. And then, yeah, have a good rest of your week and a good rest of your day. Thank you.